Human beings need energy to live. We need energy so our bodies can grow and stay warm. And our muscles need energy so we can move around. But where does all this energy come from? Toys and machines won't move unless you give them energy. When the battery runs down, this toy dancer will stop moving. Living things are no different. Human beings don't need batteries, but we do need to eat and breathe to stay alive. Eating and breathing are vital because they supply us with energy. Chocolate is a high-energy food because it has a lot of fat and sugar in it. Sugary foods give you energy very quickly. Other foods are more used up your body than for giving you energy. Bread contains starch, which is another good supplier of energy, so a sandwich is a good snack for a dancer. All the kinds of foods you can see here have different amounts of energy depending on what they contain. The highest energy foods contain sugar, starch, or fat. But you don't have to guess how much energy is in food. You can measure it. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Butter, margarine. Which has got more energy? We asked some shoppers.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a question?
You can, yes.
Which do you think has more calories, butter or margarine?
Everybody would say butter, wouldn't they? But I don't know.
Guess?
Well, go on then. I'll say margarine.
It could be margarine.
Butter.
Butter.
Butter, really.
Butter.
Butter?
So butter gets the vote on energy. So sure. So we did a scientific experiment.
We took 1 gram of margarine in a crucible. Then we added a fuse so we could set fire to it. Yes, you can set fire to margarine. Everything was sealed in a steel container, with a thermocouple in the top to measure the temperature. Then we let in some oxygen for better burning. The burning food releases heat energy, which warms up the steel container. The final temperature of the container is a measure of the total energy in the margarine. A gram of margarine contained 30.0 kilojoules of energy. A gram of butter had 30.3 kilojoules.
So, our tests prove that butter and margarine have almost, but not quite, exactly the same energy content.
How much energy is there in a peanut? Design an experiment to find out. We're not going to tell you how to do it. There are some clues in the commercial you've just seen. It takes about 1 kilojoule of energy to lift someone over your head. How many peanuts would you have to eat to do it? The harder we exercise, we need. So why does exercising make us breathe more heavily? There must be something in the air that we need to produce energy. When we exercise, we need more of it. You might have guessed already that breathing supplies us with oxygen. Breathing's so natural that we do it without thinking. It's controlled by the diaphragm muscle, which can be found just beneath the lungs. When we breathe in, the diaphragm moves down and the ribs move out, leaving room for the lungs to expand. This lowers the pressure inside the lungs, so air rushes in from outside. When we want to breathe out, the diaphragm pushes upwards, squeezing the lungs and forcing the air out again. Singers learn to control their breathing using the diaphragm muscle.
Green trees are bending, poor sinner stands a-trembling. The trumpet sounds within my soul. I in God long to stay.
This is a bottle of lime water. In ordinary air, lime is completely clear. But it changes if you breathe into it. As the dancer exercises and breathes out, the lime water goes milky. This is a sign that the gas carbon dioxide has been produced. Ordinary air is a mixture of several different gases. About 80% of the air is nitrogen. Most of the rest is oxygen, and there are very small quantities of other gases. But we know that the air we breathe out has enough carbon dioxide in it to make lime water go milky. Breathing converts some of the oxygen to carbon dioxide. For one gas to change into another, a chemical reaction must have taken place. The reaction inside the human body converts oxygen to carbon dioxide and also produces energy. We've already seen that you can get energy from food by burning it in oxygen. It can't be burning that goes on inside a human body. So what really happens?
Here in Leeds, a figure is in desperate need of respiration. And I think, yes, oxygen is ready to come into the lungs, so I'm just going to get out of the way. The first stage in the rescue operation is breathing in. Oxygen is vital for respiration, and it looks like they're getting plenty into the lungs. And now, the red blood cells swing into action. This is a matter of life and death. They've got to get that oxygen to where it's needed, in cells all over the body. As well as oxygen, it looks like they're picking up some nutrients. No wonder the red blood cells are known as the best aid organization in the world. This one's headed for the leg. That's good news. Those muscle cells will be desperate for energy. The red blood cells bring in oxygen and glucose. That's a sugar the body makes by breaking down food. She's handing over oxygen and glucose and getting something else back. This must be a reaction. Yes, the reaction has produced carbon and water. And the leg cells found some energy. Glucose plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide, water, and energy. That's the one we're looking for, the respiration reaction. But now they've got to get rid of that carbon dioxide. My guess is it's going back to the lungs. Yes, not only do they take oxygen from the lungs, they bring back carbon dioxide. And now the red blood cells are ready to pick up more oxygen and nutrients. Oxygen are needed everywhere. Then respiration can give the muscles all the energy they need. No wonder that heart's pumping. These red blood cells look like they could go on forever. The carbon dioxide's really building up in the lungs now. They must make room for more oxygen. Time to breathe out. These lungs are designed to take as much gas as possible. You want in there, not carbon dioxide. The brain cell's getting busy now. There's plenty of energy around while they're waiting for the next breath.
Have it. Respiration. This is Katie Aid reporting for Science Leads.
Thank you.
We need glucose and oxygen so that respiration can take place. Why do some foods give us energy more quickly than others? And what happens if we exercise so hard that our breathing can't keep up? Can respiration feed us with enough energy?